Absolutely. So you'll have to guess. You'll have to let us know in the comments
Put
below.
in the comments below. Do Chuck and I really have these issues, or is it just make-believe?
Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome to Tabletop Coffee. This is my great friend Chuck Rogers. He is a licensed professional counselor and a licensed marriage and family therapist.
This is my awesome friend Keith Dunn, who is an awesome network engineer. And together we are Tabletop Coffee, where we talk about how to do life, do it well, being bold.
And never, ever bitter.
Yeah.
So tonight we're talking about something similar to something we've talked about in the past, but in a totally different light.
Yeah, before we talked about something called the Anatol-Rappaport technique, and tonight we're going to talk about another technique that you can use in order to be able to manage or solve conflict. Stay tuned, we'll show you how it's done.
So when getting into this topic, it's really designed to make sure that each person is heard during that process, because we have learned in so many things that we've already talked about, it's so important for the person who's talking to feel like they're being heard from the other person.
Yes.
Going through communication, it's not just about talking, though. It's also about listening.
It's listening and hearing, but understanding.
Right.
Is the other piece.
Okay.
Now, remember from some of our previous videos, we talked about how it is that you can't always have 100% agreement.
Right.
Because you think differently. You think out of different
yeah.
heads. But you can always have 100% understanding.
Right.
Two very, very different things. And the important thing is to make sure that you have 100% understanding.
And we did that when it was a while back. We talked about the Anatol-Rappaport method.
Right.
And we actually wrote everything
By
down.
using clipboards.
But this method is a little bit different.
Yeah, this is the one that David Burns actually calls the 1-minute drill. And it's very similar to the Anatol-Rappaport technique, which uses a lot of structure. And this one is structured but doesn't use writing. So I think if you need the structure, you go watch the Anatol-Rappaport technique.
Right. And we'll link that up here for you, because that lengthens your communication out. This limits the communication a little bit more.
It does. And so what you do is that you talk about the topic, whatever it is, the topic that you're having difficulty with the other person.
Okay.
Whether it is your partner, whether it's your spouse, whether it is a business partner, whether it is a friend, you just decide the structure. And the structure is that, let's say I'm going to talk with you, my YouTube business partner, Keith, for 30 seconds. And then you're going to, as best as you can, go ahead and share back with me what you heard me say during that 30 seconds. You can use Chuck words, you can use Keith words. Okay. And you can use a combination of the two. And then I will rate you. At the end of that, did you get me at 10%, 50%, 95%, or 100? And when it gets to 95 or 100, then you can maybe switch roles and have you talk back to me for 30 seconds. So, because you know how it is. Sometimes, you want for both people to be heard. But what happens when you get talking sometimes? What happens?
Oh, you get rolling on so much that you aren't giving the other person enough time, first of all, to digest everything that you're talking about.
Right.
And it's hard to take all of that in and then really understand it enough to be able to regurgitate it.
Right. And so let's say that I'm really trying to tune into you, and you're rolling and you're sharing and you're sharing, and it's going on and on and on for several minutes or even hours.
Right.
And then my natural instinctive response by default is going to be a turn away. I really can't even hear. I can't take it all in. It's just too much. It's like an avalanche.
Right.
And then when I turn away and can't take it in, even though I want to, how are you going to feel at that point?
Yeah, I'm going to feel unheard, uncared for, not. I'm going to feel like I don't matter to you.
Right. So this prevents that from happening. So you
Okay.
set some structure to how you're going to do it.
Sure.
So maybe we can do, I don't know, should we try a role play?
Yeah, let's role play it.
Okay.
We do good at those anyway.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. So you never really know whether it's really a role play or whether it's something that we're really having a problem with.
Right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but-
So you'll have to guess. You'll have to let us know in the comments
Put in
below.
the comments below. Do Chuck and I really have these issues, or is it just make-believe?
Yeah. So let's pretend that that's YouTube partner problem is that we're not having the subscriptions that we want.
Oh, that's a great
and,
one.
And maybe I think it's your fault.
Yeah, and I think it's your fault.
Yeah, there we go. So how are we going to solve this problem?
Yeah. Okay, so you want to start?
Sure.
Hey, Siri, run a 30-second timer.
Okay, your timer is set for 30 seconds.
All right. So here we go. So Keith, you know these our YouTube subscriptions aren't to where they need to be, and I really want to get them up there. This is really very important to me. And I think that a lot of the responsibility falls on you for that. And the reason is we need to put out more videos in order for us to be able to be picked up as a YouTube. Okay. Wow. So go ahead. That was quick, wasn't
That
it?
was, man.
So what it does is it really limits the amount of information.
It does,
So-
but I know what you're getting at.
Okay, so go ahead and give it to me.
So, man, I can't believe you think that I would be that way and that it's my fault when I'm pouring so much time into this. That's ridiculous. That was a terrible way to do that. That's never going to go over well.
That was awful.
That was terrible.
Okay, so go ahead and do it the right way.
So I'm hearing that I'm just not putting in enough time and we're not building enough content to build our numbers up and get our subscription base where we need it to be.
Yeah, that's it. I would say that that's maybe 90%.
90%. Okay, so I need to go a little bit more on that to get full understanding.
Yeah.
On top of that, I should be doing more work to actually get there. I should devote more time towards this.
More videos.
More videos.
Okay, I would say that that's 100% now.
Okay.
At that point. So now what we would do is switch roles, and you tell me what you want me to hear.
Okay. All right, so here we go. Oh my goodness, this is crazy, you guys. 30 seconds on the
it's
clock.
fast. It's fast.
Hey Siri, put another 30 seconds on the clock.
Your timer is set for 30 seconds.
Okay, so Chuck, if you would get here on time, we'd be able to get more videos done and be able to build our subscribership. If we could get, 2 or 3 videos done each time that we get together instead of just the one, then that would work out so much better. I feel like this is just a lot on you.
Okay, well, you got done before 30 seconds was up.
Man,
That was good.
Did you see that? How good that was.
The truth is, Keith, that just can't be done because I have clients that I'm working with, and it would be rude for me to just get up and leave my office and leave them there when they're hurting. I can't just get up and leave my office like you can get up and leave a computer.
Okay, that's all wrong. That's all wrong. He hasn't repeated back to me anything that I've said to him, so I'm not being acknowledged through this process.
Yeah, so let me see if I can get it right this time.
Yeah.
All right, so for me, I don't get here on time. And that's really bothersome to you because if I did get here on time, I would be able to jump right in, you jump right in, and we'd be able to maybe crank out 2 or 3 videos in the evening. And then when we do that, we'd be able to put more videos out and build our subscribership. Did I get that right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right at 100%.
Right.
Yeah.
And then what you do is you'd flip it back around again
Okay.
and do another round until each person is completely heard in what they want to say.
Okay. So once that is done, where do you go from there? Because I've heard you, and I know what you're saying towards me, and you've heard me, so that we've acknowledged each other. We understand where each person is coming from. But in order to resolve this, we have to move into another stage and build in that resolution.
Yeah. That's the problem solving stage or problem management stage.
Okay.
But you have to get 100% understanding, 95 to 100% by each person. And this will take several times. So you have to set aside some time to be able to do it.
Right.
But then when you do get to 95 or 100%, and each person is really heard and they go, okay, I think I've been heard. Then and only then can you begin to pitch out ideas about solutions to manage the problem or solve the problem at that
Right.
point.
Now, since we made this up this evening, and this, I mean, honestly, Chuck, if you put down in the comments already that, yeah, I can believe Chuck would not be there on time. First of all, you don't know Chuck. And second of all, this is his building. He's always here before I am.
So this is truly a made-up problem.
Yeah, this is a made-up problem all the way around from both sides.
Yeah, it is.
Looking at this and thinking about that process, I can see how sometimes when the one person comes to the other person and the person who is listening and trying to go back and try to get to that 95 to 100%, sometimes we just don't hear at all what the person is saying.
It's really a difficult exercise because if you have skin in the game, emotions are involved, this is really difficult. But having a timer can be very, very helpful.
Okay. I can see how that timer would be great. Give it a try.
Yeah.
See how that works. Set that timer and see how fast that 30 seconds rolls by.
It does go by pretty fast.
And if you use Siri, put 33 seconds on because she takes 3 seconds to tell you that she started the
That's
timer.
true. So go ahead and try this. Make some comments down below and let us know how it works out for you. And we hope you liked our content tonight. And if you did, please subscribe and ring that bell so that you're notified of future episodes.
Yeah, and be sure to like it and share it with your friends because we want to grow the channel. Also, put in the comments below other topics that you want us to talk about.
That'd be great.
Because we'd like to extend on areas that might be beneficial to you.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Until next time.